Donald Trump is not the President of the United States. Yes, he was elected to the office and he sits in the White House, but he's not actually running anything. If you look at several of his last interactions with the press, the answer to most questions from Donald is, I don't know. They're occasionally interspersed with, you have to talk to somebody else, like Scott B. over trade. Or you need to talk to my lawyers. My lawyers decide how to do that. I got great lawyers. Pam Bondi's a great lawyer. But Donald's not in charge. Donald is an incontinent old man. He's a narcissist who has lost his mental faculties, and he is in dementia. Period. He'd rather be playing golf. He signs documents, and he has no idea what he's signing. So that being said, the question is, who is running the country? Well, I think in one area, the domestic area, the emphasis on immigration, that's pretty obvious. It's Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, who speaks a lot more than any deputy chief of staff I've ever seen in the past, is the one who's driving the train here, folks. He's the one who came up with separating children from their parents in the last administration. He's the one that wants to empower ICE. Kristi Noem is his little handmaiden. And Miller is the one that's running it. Now, Stephen Miller is basically a little white supremacist racist. There's no question about that. Odd for a Jewish boy, but that's what it is. And this country is going to suffer. We're not going to have a sensible policy of securing our borders, providing immigrants with a path to citizenship and naturalization, a sane, humane method for dealing with people seeking asylum. No, we can't do that because the MAGA crowd wants somebody to beat up on, someone to victimize. And Stephen Miller is more than willing to do that for some reason. So here's the bottom line. We're going to be faced with this. We're going to continue to have it. Trump's not running the show. And on this area, it's Stephen Miller. Now, I think, honestly, a lot of different people are grabbing off their little pieces of power and doing what they can. You know, Pam Bondi's trying to be in charge of justice, and Pete Hegseth, God knows what he's doing over in the military, but each one's trying to divvy it up. But this is Stephen Miller's area. And Stephen, until that particular pustulant carbuncle is cauterized from the ass of the body politic, will be running our internal policies.